Hi, are you thinking of starting your autistic preschooler on a gluten-free diet? If so, you want to stick around this video and I'm going to give you a few tips about getting started down the gluten-free path. If you're a parent of a child on the autism spectrum looking to gain a better quality of life, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and ring the bell so that you will be notified when I create future videos. Hi, I'm Darren Lewis, founder of the Nutritional Spectrum, and I help parents just like you of autistic preschoolers implement and maintain nutritious lifestyles so that the entire family can gain a better quality of life. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips on implementing a gluten-free diet for your autistic preschooler. Let's get started. So, what is gluten? Gluten is a protein carbohydrate mixture that is found mainly in wheat. Gluten can also be found in rye and barley. One thing to remember is that gluten finds its way into a lot of different foods. So not just bready products, it also can be found in different sauces. You will be amazed of how gluten sneaks its way into your child's diet. So if you're getting started down a more gluten-free diet path, it is important to learn what gluten is and the products that it can be found in. Speaking of gluten-free, you may have been to grocery stores and noticed the large number of products being labeled gluten-free. I want to caution you a bit with that because everything that is gluten-free with the label is not healthy. So you want to make sure you're not switching to a gluten-free diet for your child and going to grocery stores and just picking up the first product that you see that labeled gluten-free. Another thing to keep in mind is that just because something is gluten-free doesn't mean that it is free of sugar, preservative, artificial ingredients, a lot of the stuff that our children are reactive to. And also, if you're doing a dairy-free diet, a lot of the gluten-free products sometimes still have dairy in them. So I'm going to caution you, that's my one caution, is to not start going to the grocery store and just picking up foods that have gluten-free labels on them when you're trying to start a gluten-free diet for your child. So why is it important to remove gluten? Gluten is very inflammatory to our children. It is very disruptive to their guts and their brains and is very harsh for them to digest. So removing it is like the first step to helping your child have a better quality of life and to feel better, because once you remove it, you're taking out the inflammatory reactions that could happen with gluten once your child eats it. I would like to hear from you in the comments. Have you started your child on a gluten-free diet? If so, what benefits have you seen already? Now I want to talk a little bit about the products that you will find gluten in, because this is something that I know parents struggle with, because it's hard to know when you're not even used to what kind of products should I even think about before I purchase to look for gluten. So let me take a minute to talk about a few of the products that gluten is in, just so you'll be aware of it when you head to the grocery store to start implementing a more gluten-free diet. Things to look out for: pasta. A lot of pasta has gluten in it. You have to be on the lookout for crackers. Crackers have gluten. Breads, cereals, seasonings, sauces, all of these spices. You just need to really read your labels when you switch into a gluten-free diet, because gluten can sneak into a lot of different products without you being aware. So when you go to the grocery store, just take a look at the label. When you see it, it'll normally say contains wheat, gluten. Sometimes it depends. Some labels say gluten, some labels say gluten-free on the outside, but you still want to look at the back and make sure you don't have any other ingredients that you're reacting to. Let's talk about how can you get started on a gluten-free diet for your child. The first thing I normally recommend is that you evaluate what your child is currently eating and see if those products already have gluten in them. So start with breakfast. If your child is eating cereal, is it a cereal with gluten in it? If so, then you know you need to start finding another alternative to breakfast cereal. Same with breads. You'll look at the breads. If you give your child crackers or sandwiches, anything like that, look and see what you're currently feeding your child first, and then you'll know what products you need to substitute for a different product. Now, just like I stated before, I'm not a big fan of just running from one product and going to find a gluten-free product, because a lot of those gluten-free products are filled with other ingredients that can have negative impact on your child's health. So it's important to evaluate and start finding alternatives. For example, alternatives to cereal. What else can you feed your child other than cereal that is gluten-free, that will provide them nutrients? That's the first step when you're starting down a gluten-free diet path. When you start implementing a gluten-free diet, I want to remind you that this diet can take some time to see the actual benefits. So don't expect to see benefits in one day, 1 week. It takes time for gluten to work its way out of your child's body. So just start implementing a diet. Don't even think about anything. Just wait, give it time to get out of your child's system, and then observe to see if you notice any benefit. So many parents are thinking that one day they should be able to see a difference in gluten, when gluten really does take time to get out of your child's system. So don't expect the results to happen overnight. Some children, it happens pretty fast because their bodies are becoming less inflammatory and it's helping them. So don't give up and expect it to happen overnight. It takes time. It takes time to get through their system and get out of their system. Then you can see the real benefit of being gluten-free. I believe implementing a gluten-free diet for your autistic child is a great first step to helping them gain a better quality of life. I have created a free PDF that includes several snack recipes that you can implement into your child's diet. Click on the link below in the description to download this free PDF. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and ring the bell so that you will be notified of future videos. I am truly excited to be a part of your autism journey, and I hope to see you in future videos. But until then, remember to never give up, because your child's quality of life truly matters. Thank you.